Hey guys, what's going on? It's Grego Gallagher from Kinobody.com. I'm wearing my favorite Mickey Mouse shirt from Urban Outfitters. But in this video, I want to talk about a question someone asked me. And I've been doing Snapchats. You can add me on Snapchat at GOG9. And funny enough, I did a Snapchat this morning. I was like, hey guys, let me know what you want me to talk about in today's video. And someone asked me, there were a lot of questions, but I kind of picked the one that I felt like talking about the most. And someone asked me, what are my thoughts on doing HIIT, high intensity interval training, or sprints to accelerate fat loss? Interestingly enough, I have a program called Aggressive Fat Loss, and every month I email people and ask them where they are, how the results are going, and they usually lose about 8 to 10 pounds a month. Someone lost 20 pounds in a month while building his strength. That was insane, but usually it's about 8 to 10 pounds. And I don't use any high intensity interval training. I don't use any sprint training, and the reason is because, again and again, as I talk about in my videos, getting lean is all just about a couple things. The first, the most important, is having that calorie deficit in place. Making sure that you are eating less than your body is burning and finding a really enjoyable way to do that. Number two, getting in sufficient protein. It's not even that much protein, okay? I pretty much hit my protein needs in one big meal. And because you only need about 0.82 grams per pound of body weight, but I go lower with pretty good results too. And carbohydrates are protein sparing, so if you get quite a bit of carbohydrates, your protein needs aren't that high. And third is, strength training, so you maintain lean body mass. Once you do those three things, you're set. There's nothing else that's going to magically allow you to speed up fat loss. If you're in a 500 calorie deficit, you're going to lose a pound of fat per week. Possibly more if you're actually having somewhat of a recomp effect, which I see sometimes. So the reason why people like to do high intensity interval training for fat loss is because they are under the assumption that, hey, if we do interval training, we're gonna burn a lot more calories. Because if you do a 20-30 minute sprint workout, sure, you might only burn a few hundred calories during that time period, because when you're oscillating between periods of high intensity and periods of low intensity, well, your natural intensity level gets reduced because of the rest time. So your calorie burn during interval training is actually not that high. It's actually less than if you were to do moderate intensity cardio. But why people want to do interval training is because of that the afterburn effect, whatever, EPOC. And they're under the assumption that maybe you only burn 300 calories during an interval training workout, but you're going to burn an extra 1,000 over the next 24 hours. And the reality is the research does not support that in the least. There's some studies, actually Rusty Moore, Fitness Black Book, did a good job kind of finding out the truth about this EPOC. He found out the truth about it, and it was about up to 14% of the calories burned from the workout. So if you burn, say, 300 calories, 14% of 300 is about 40 calories, 45. So it doesn't make sense to use interval training as a tool for fat loss. It doesn't make any sense. You want to pour your efforts into hitting your nutrition numbers. You don't want to make life harder than you. If you're like grinding through really intense, brutal circuit workouts, interval workouts, sprint workouts to burn fat, well, you're putting in a ton of effort for little to no, marginal benefits. I would rather see you just chill, go for a nice long walk, and you could burn a good amount of calories on a nice long walk. I can do an hour walk, or 45 minutes even. I'll walk about 5 kilometers, 3 miles, and that burns about 5 calories per kilogram of body weight. So at almost 80 kilograms, that's about 80 times 5, about 400 calories. So I can go for a nice chill walk, listen to a podcast, Road to Ripped. I don't listen to my own podcast, but you should listen to Road to Ripped. You can even watch this video while walking, and I'll burn 400 calories, as opposed to doing this brutal sprint workout that takes 20-30 minutes, and I'll probably burn the same amount of calories, but it would be exhausting. So I want to make things as enjoyable as possible. So that's why we do just lifting, some walking. You can do some jump rope and some sports and stuff that you enjoy, but don't do intense, brutal, grinding workouts to get leaner, because it's not that effective. The only reason why I would recommend doing sprinting or high intensity interval training is if you're an athlete that needs the conditioning benefits, or if you just love doing your sprint workouts. I would approach a sprint workout more like lower body training, more like physique training. So instead of doing like a lower body lifting workout, you could go to the park and do 6 sprints, and you'd get a great leg stimulus. You wouldn't build huge bulky legs, but you put on a good amount of just a nice amount of muscle if you do sprint training. So don't use it as a fat burning tool. Use it as a tool to build power. As far as the sprinting workouts are concerned, not like the longer interval workouts, and support a good amount of leg muscle. But so the reality is using interval training or sprint training to maximize fat loss doesn't really do much. And the people that focus on that kind of approach, they usually don't focus on really what matters, the nutrition, putting yourself in that deficit. But I see people time and time again follow my courses that do no cardio at all. At most like a 45-minute walk a few days a week, and they're lifting, of course, 3 days a week, that see incredible fat loss results. Because all we're trying to do to build a lean, chiseled physique, get those abs popping, you know, is manage that calorie deficit. Be able to hit a calorie deficit so easily, so enjoyably. Get a nice balance of macros. Get stronger in the gym. Once you blend those together, you can achieve the physique that you want. So guys, that's all I want to talk about. If you have not already done the Kinobody survey, well, go right here. It's the Kinobody Physique survey. I'm going to find out basically what physique category you fall into. There's about 5 different types that you can fall into. And when you know your type, and I'm going to address this once I find your type in the survey, we're going to determine what's best for you to do as far as nutrition and training is concerned. So it's really effective stuff. It's important to find out what kind of category you fall into and how big your deficit should be. Should you be doing a deficit? Should you be going into a bulk? How should you approach your training? So it's really good stuff, and that's that. You can go download that or do the survey right here. And you guys can add me on Snapchat and Instagram if you want to really interact with me. My Snapchat's Gog9 and my Instagram is Greg O. Gallagher. So I will look forward to communicating with you, and definitely comment below. Let me know what videos you want me to do next. So there we go. Bye.